รู้สึกดีใจมากที่ได้มาเจอรุ่นพี่รุ่นน้องแล้วก็เพื่อนๆในงานประชาสัมพันธ์ของ MIT Sloan วันนี้นะครับเท่าที่เข้าใจเนี่ยคนที่มาลงทะเบียนมีคนต่างชาติด้วยก็คงจะต้องใช้เป็นภาษาอังกฤษในการพรีเซนต์งานทั้งหมดนะครับ Welcome to MIT Sloan Thailand Information Session. I have 3 quick things of note before I begin officially. The first thing is just to clarify the name tags that you have. They have different colors. If the color is green, that means you're an alumni. If you have blue, that means you're an applicant. And if you're either pink or red, that means you're a current student or you are others. That way, the reason why I have this color code is because after this official session, we will have a personal time for interactions. That way you can ask questions directly. You can talk to your friends, you can talk to your peers, you can do whatever you want afterwards. The second thing is today's agenda. The admission office from Sloan has asked me to provide the official presentation that would take about 40 minutes. Afterwards, then we'll have some alumnus with us on the panel. Thank you. And after that, then we'll have questions and answers that anything you want to ask, then we'll be able to answer. If we can't answer, we'll find a way to answer it for you. And the remaining of the time before 9 o'clock, it will be, like I said, the personal interactions between you all. So we don't have a lot of time. Let me begin. The presentation today starts off with, okay, we have 3 points of agenda that the school wanted us to talk about. The first agenda is the introduction to Sloan, like overall information, what kind of GMAT you need to have. Okay, when I mention GMAT, everybody looks at each other. And then the work of experience are these questions that I think that you might have. The second point is the Sloan difference, or the strengths that Sloan, how Sloan is unique from any other top business schools in the entire world. The third point would be MBA application, the tips and the tactics, timeline, when should you start, what should you do, and stuff like that. Okay, let me take it slow and explain the slides. It's a lot. We have here on the left side, we have the general information before MIT, during MIT, and after MIT. That's how they structured it. And because I informed them that there's a lot of applicants who are the senior in the bachelor degrees, so that's why they wanted to advertise 2 things. One is the MBA program where you need to work for 5 years before you can pretty much apply and be successful. The second thing on your right column, that's Master in Finance, the average work experience is only 1.5 years. So those people who are graduating from the bachelor degree might be interested in these 2 as well. But unfortunately, that's the only slide that I have on the Master of Finance. So if you have any other questions, then you have to email me. We'll talk about MBA today because I am an MBA student after all. Before MIT, MBA, average age is about 27, 28 years old. I'm above average. Work experience is about 5 years. GMAT average is 7, 10. Speaking from my experience, I'm below that. So it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a solid application, you'll be able to do well. And because they want to diversify the pool of students. So it's possible for you to, it might look intimidating, it intimidated me before. So application deadline, October, January, number of students, 335 students. It's divided into 6 oceans, so you have about 50 close friends that you see them like almost every day. The length of study is about 2 years, and female 31, international 30. The rest you can read. I'm not going to walk through it. Top hiring industries. All my friends right now is looking for an internship in consulting. Everybody will be talking about consulting day in and day out. I don't know why, but that's what they wanted to do. From Master of Finance, quickly, average age is 25 years old. So usually people from Asia are younger than that. Work experience 1.5 years. Number of students is only 30 students. And length of study is great, it's 1 year. Female 18, international 25, and those people, of course, they'll be bankers and brokerage. Interesting people. Okay. Now I talked about MIT in a nutshell. Right on this slide, I'll talk about what the 4 semesters of MBA will look like. The first semester, right here, is called the core semester, which means you'll take all the core classes. It's required. You will not have a lot of options. You will have to go through classes like economics, statistics, strategy, accounting, communications, and the only option you have is either finance or marketing. Everybody has to go through the same thing for the first semester. After that, then you will start to have some flexibility in your curriculum. And the remaining, the major concentrations are 1, entrepreneurship, 2, finance, 3, marketing. This is not the official concentrations, but judging from what other people are picking their classes, it will turn out to be 80% of people will be either, they will focus on classes like managing innovation, entrepreneurship, designing leader in entrepreneurial organization. In finance, they have cool classes like private equity, startup finance, marketing will be branding and sales. Again, the slides will be posted on the Facebook page, so you can look through it yourself. I'm not going to walk through everything. Another thing they wanted me to emphasize, because a lot of people go to MBA not for classes, but for networks. The prominent alumnus are as follows. You have Ben Bernanke, who is the chairman of Federal Reserves right now. You have Kofi Annan, the former secretary of UN. You have someone like John Reed, I don't want to be him right now, former CEO of Citibank. And in Thailand, you have Kun Chatri Sophanpanit, who is the president of Bangkok Bank. You have Kun Paron Israsena, who I know personally, he wrote my recommendation. He's a former president of the Siam Cement Group. That was MIT in a nutshell. General information about the program. Now I'm going to pass on to the second agenda, which is the Sloan difference, and Peanut is going to walk us through that, so please welcome her.
So the three key things that really set Sloan apart from the other business schools is that our concept-based action learning, our international opportunities, and our joint degree offerings. So in terms of the concept-based learning, there are opportunities for students to participate in projects such as GLAB, SLAB, ELAB. GLAB is a global lab in which, in the second year of your MBA, you do research at school, and then in January, you actually go on site to countries such as Thailand. We have 2 projects right now with companies such as Rycom, and also in Africa and South America, for example, Kenya and Argentina. We also have country-specific learning opportunities, so we have specific programs and projects in China and India. In addition, we have a very unique program called the Sloan Innovation Period that occurs twice a year, in which students are given a 1-week break during term to study short classes in their topics of interest. In terms of the international opportunities, we have study tours and treks. The first one is where it's school organized, where you can actually get credit for taking classes and going on these overseas projects. There's also treks in which they're student organized and where the activities are mainly based on traveling, sightseeing, enjoying the different cultures that there's to offer. And also, there's the independent activity period, which occurs during Christmas, and externship, which is in January, where students also go onto different projects in different countries to explore their areas of interest. So here you can see just the look at the different countries where Sloan offers these treks and projects. For me personally, I've been to Iceland, Dominican Republic, and Israel. These trips occur over spring break and throughout the school year.